Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of English Unlock, the podcast where we practice real English conversations together, slowly and clearly. I'm your host, Alex, and I'm so happy you're here with me today. Have you ever been in a situation where someone asks you a simple question in English, like, "What do you do?" or "How was your weekend?" and suddenly your mind goes completely blank? You know the words, you've studied grammar, but when it's time to speak, nothing comes out? Yeah, I've been there too, many times. I remember when I first moved to Canada. One day I went to a coffee shop, and the barista smiled and asked, "How's your day going?" I panicked. I knew how to answer in my head, but my mouth just said, "Good, good," and then silence. It was so embarrassing. But you know what? That experience taught me something important. We don't just need grammar or vocabulary. We need practice with real questions and natural answers. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. In this episode, we're going to practice English conversation through common questions and answers on everyday topics. We'll cover 5 topics that people talk about all the time: daily routines, hobbies, travel, food, and future plans. For each topic, I'll give you real questions that native speakers ask. Then I'll give you simple answers and longer, more detailed answers. I'll speak slowly, repeat important phrases, and even share little stories from my life. And the best part? You can practice with me. Whenever I ask a question, pause the podcast and answer out loud. Trust me, speaking out loud is the fastest way to improve. Ready? Great. Let's start with something super common, talking about your daily life and routine. This is perfect for beginners in conversation, because almost every chat starts here. But before we begin, a quick tip. When someone asks about your day or routine, don't just say fine or busy. Add 1 or 2 details. It makes the conversation longer and more interesting. Okay, let's dive in. All right, let's begin with topic number 1, daily life and routines. Why is this topic so common? Because when you meet someone new, at work, at school, or even online, one of the first things people ask is about your day. It's an easy way to start talking and find something in common. Let's practice some real questions. I'll say the question slowly, then give you 2 kinds of answers, a short, natural one and a longer, more detailed one. After each question, I'll pause so you can answer out loud. Ready? Question 1. What time do you usually wake up? What time do you usually wake up? Short answer. I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. Longer answer. I usually wake up at around 7 in the morning. On weekdays, I have to get up early because of work. But on weekends, I love sleeping in until 9 or 10. It feels so good. Now it's your turn. What time do you usually wake up? Great job if you answered. Question 2. What does your typical day look like? What does your typical day look like? Short answer. My typical day is pretty busy. I go to work, come home, and relax. Longer answer. Well, a typical weekday for me starts with waking up at 7. Then I make coffee. That's very important. After that, I get ready and go to the office by bus. I work from 9 to 5, have lunch with colleagues, and in the evening I come home, cook dinner, watch something on Netflix, and go to bed around 11. It's not super exciting, but I like the routine. Your turn. What does your typical day look like? Excellent. Question 3. How do you get to work or school? How do you get to work or school? Short answer. I take the bus. Longer answer, I usually take the bus to work. It takes about 30 minutes, and I like listening to podcasts during the ride, like this one. Sometimes if the weather is nice, I walk part of the way. It helps me wake up. Now you. How do you get to work or school? Question 4. What do you usually do after work or school? What do you usually do after work or school? Short answer, I relax at home. Longer answer, after work, I usually go home, change into comfortable clothes, and cook something simple. Then I might call my family, exercise a little, or read a book. I try not to use my phone too much in the evening. It helps me sleep better. Your turn. Question 5. Do you have a morning routine? Short answer, yes, I drink coffee and check my phone. Longer answer, yes, I do. Every morning I wake up, drink a big glass of water, then make coffee. While the coffee is brewing, I do some stretching or meditate for 5 minutes. It really helps me start the day with energy. Now you try. Question 6. What's something you do every day? Short answer, I drink coffee every day. Longer answer, something I do every single day is listen to music. No matter how busy I am, I always play music while getting ready, commuting, or cooking. It makes everything more enjoyable. Your turn. You're doing amazing! These are real conversations people have every day. Let me share a quick funny story. Last year, I tried to build a perfect morning routine. Wake up at 5 a.m., exercise, meditate, journal, everything. But on the third day, my alarm rang at 5 and I thought, no way. I turned it off and slept until 8. Now my routine is more realistic. Wake up at 7, coffee, and a short walk. Much better. Tip for you. Use words like usually, sometimes, always, and on weekends or on weekdays. They make your English sound more natural. Example, I usually wake up early on weekdays, but on weekends I always sleep in. Try saying that out loud. We've covered a lot about daily routines. You now have answers ready for some of the most common questions in English. Next, we're going to talk about something we all love, hobbies and free time. That's where conversations get really fun. But before we move on, if you're enjoying this episode, please leave a review or share it with a friend who's learning English. It really helps. Okay, let's take a short breath and get ready for topic 2, hobbies and free time.